Russell T Davies was born in 1963, which technically makes him a boomer. And watching the latest Doctor Who episode, Dot and Bubble, one more cynical would say that yes, it feels like an episode a boomer would write about the TikTok generation. But you know what? This episode is also very well executed. And let's be honest, we had two very good episodes in a row. Also, we had Great Blue Yonder earlier on this season when we had the Tennant specials. So yes, three great episodes in a Doctor Who season is record-breaking. At this point, the best I could hope is an episode that was not Space Babies. And Dot and Bubble was not Space Babies. It was actually very well executed. I thought that the premise of it, the main idea, was kind of clever, but at the same time, it was stretched. The main idea is that we have a future society where people are hooked into virtual reality, metaverse, social media, and they have zero contact with the environment. They're very well protected, and they're very to their machines. They cannot function without their intelligent assistants, and they're eaten by monsters. So we have this girl. What's her name? Not sure about her name. Sorry. We have this girl who is very privileged, very sheltered by her Dot and Bubble, and she's getting messages from Doctor and Ruby, who are missing for most of the episode. Which, yes, it's another Doctor Light episode, I guess. They're helping her to escape from the giant slugs eating her peers, because they cannot function, so their AI Dot and Bubble is pushing them towards those monsters to be eaten. So we have this very annoying character that is incapable of functioning without her bubble, who is, when faced with reality and the horrors of it, she has to retreat back into her virtual world, and she's very spoiled and privileged. She is working hard 2 hours a day in an office doing data entry. Poor her. She's the Nepo privileged baby, and she has to deal with the horror situation where she has to deal with those monsters, but she's too spoiled and too hooked on her dopamine virtual environment to function. So yes, it's basically how your racist angle is viewing TikTokers and Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And yeah, it's kind of like, it feels funny, but at the same time it's very well executed. I won't spoil the episode, it's quite good. I really like how it takes something very contemporary and puts a dystopian feel to it, but it's not depressingly dystopian. It's mostly humorous dystopian, and well, it's the concept is very boomerish and probably done in the past. The execution is great. I've been noticing a couple of things in the season, and one of them is spoilery. But what really surprised me in a lot of the recent Doctor Who episodes is the emotional backlashes. Like, for instance, in Space Babies, it's a silly episode I did not like, but then it flips a switch and it becomes quite emotional, quite dramatic, and impactful. Out of nowhere. It doesn't deserve to be, it's a silly episode about space babies. And Russell T Davies does his magic, and just like that, you have to worry about what's happening in this episode, and it's way more than I like to care, but it was there. And here, he does the same thing. It's an episode that is it's not engaging because you've seen it before, but it's kind of funny and kind of you understand what he's trying to say, and then he flips the switch and it's like, oh shit. And then he keeps pushing on, and this is where the spoilers part starts. So you watch the episode, and there is a point where this a very annoying girl you really hate. You come to hate as she is wrapped up in her bubble and unable to go out of it. And as she's trying to escape, she meets this influencer type who is very popular, and he's not as spoiled as the rest of this Fine World, I guess. The name was Fine World, right? the city where they were in, because he's just uploading his videos and then he goes offline and is reading books. And so basically he's PewDiePie of this world, but a single PewDiePie. They're trying to escape from maintenance tunnel or something. As this is happening, the doctor realizes that the AI that's running Fineworld is the one killing those spoiled brats living on the planet, and it's her turn. She's next in the alphabet. So as she's panicking, the influencer guy is trying to save her. He's further down the alphabetic order. So because he's scared and her dot is trying to kill her, she screams that, hey, his name is not September, it's different. He says it's starting from 6 before me. And so the dot kills him to save her life, and she's pretty fun with it. And that's where there is this emotional backlash from its kind of boomerish dark humor into the oh shit territory. And then she escapes and the doctor appears and says, I can help you, I can take you anywhere. They refuse because he's black and everybody's white and he's not like them. And the doctor is in tears from frustration because he's not expecting that he helped those people, those awful people, escape. And since this is not the first time that the doctor is helping a murderous AI, he did that in Kablam before. Yeah, probably the doctor helped the bad guys in this episode, and the murderous AI was right. And also the way the doctor reacts to this rejection is an iconic moment. I think that Good Gatwa gives us a great performance, and it's one of the greats, and it will be one of the moments we will remember. But there's the second element that is very prominent in the season, and it actually surprised me, and that's human cruelty. There is this ongoing theme of human cruelty. In the Christmas special, not that much. It's Ruby that's been abandoned by her mother, and then you get to Devil's Court, where there is no music and people are going insane and destroying the world. Before that, you had the Mavit thing. No, it was with Donna. No, it was with Donna and Tennant. So no, it doesn't count. But maybe some sort of foreshadowing for this season. And then you had Boom, where you have this religious army that is fighting a war against itself because big corporations want to get money. And I totally forgot Space Babies, where the nanny is trying to kill the monster even though it's also one of her babies. And then you get 73 Yards, where everybody is about to leave Ruby alone on sandals from this old woman that's never explained. And that's quite cruel. And here we have those racist white people that are saved by the doctor, and they're like, no, you're not one of us. And that was awful. People in this season are awful, and the doctor may save them, but they're still not good people. So maybe that's a theme, because this is how Russell T Davies works. There are huge arcs in its season, but those arcs are very implicit. So this human cruelty may be the big element of this season. So yes, I did like the episode. I was not blown away by it. I thought that the main idea was kind of tired and out of touch of sorts, and a bit too much. There was a bit of Black Mirror to it, and actually I'd say it references quite a different classic story. I think it references a time machine quite well, because we have this time traveler who travels to a future where privileged people that can do nothing are being eaten alive by the system running the show. Like, with the Morlocks and the Eloi of the time machine. And I've talked about the time machine before. There should be a card up there, I guess. But yeah, that was quite good, and at this point a quite good episode of Doctor Who is more than I expect from this season. I think we probably ran out of great episodes. If they can pull off another great episode, it'll be a miracle. And even pulling up this one, it was surprising. It was surprisingly good. It feels like Russell Davies was away and he was getting ideas. I read somewhere that it was an idea from the Moffat era that was supposed to star Eleven but was ditched. So yes, there is some Moffat here, and kind of I can see that. It feels like the two old showrunners are running the show together. Russell Davies is the lead, but he's definitely getting some help from Stephen Moffat, and I think he's doing the Christmas special this year. So yeah, I can see why this season is actually good. And I see comments of people like, "Oh, I hate it." And to be honest, the first two episodes were nothing to write home about, but I think the rest of the season is quite good. I mean, the Christmas special was awful, Space Babies was awful, so yeah, it was not the best food, but at this point, it's the keyboard warrior running, "Oh, it's woke and it's trash," and blah, blah, blah. But that was the old Doctor Who too. I don't think it's more woke than the old Doctor Who. The new Doctor Who, of course, the Russell Davies era. So yeah, it's the keyboard warriors, and people who watch the show, I guess they're getting their entertainment's worth from the past 3 episodes at least, and Devil's Court wasn't bad too. So yeah, we're getting good episodes, and that's all I can ask. And I'd like to see more Nkuti because I think he's not there in those 2 episodes, and it's like the timing is kind of off to me. It's like we had 2 Dr. Light episodes in a row, and we had 2 week episodes in a row with the Christmas special and the Space Babies. I think the pacing should be a bit different, but I can see why this is happening. I don't know. The next one, I don't think it'll be as good. It's written by directors of Sex Education and the directors from Loki. So yeah, the trailer did not look that interesting, to be honest. It looked like a folder episode, but probably it'll be a fun filler. There was no snow in this one. That was interesting because the last time we saw snow it was on 70th yards when Ruby is kicked from her house and loses all touch with her mother. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I believe that the part of the big reveal will be like there is some influence in the background that is making people sit here. Yeah, I'm rambling now. I have not much to say about this episode, to be honest, and I have a lot to say about the upcoming ones. So that means that I'm excited. I hope you are too. And thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.